I'm still editing this thing, so I just want to make sure we're good. Um, yeah, man. During the show, it's loud. It's loud as shit. This is a big one. Freaking, like 8 draft picks. We're live, by the way. So if anybody, we haven't started. We're here. We're just not talk about anything and everything right now. What is up, Adam? Damn boys, how are you? How I didn't check. Did you win again, dude? So the logo thing. Did you win? I voted for you, my guy. I voted for you.
Well, I thought both of his things were going against each other.
Well, it was. I don't know. We could check right now, but the logo thing. Um, what's up, Teo? What's up? They put him against his own guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was random, but again, it wasn't like. Here's how I feel about it. All the logos have something to deal with their channel, right? Um, ours is we focus on IDP, or at least we try to, so you can see the pylons, the I, then the DB, and then the P within. Like that's ours. Um, the Get Right, I don't think they roll their sleeves up that much. They do, but then they forget. There has been some episodes they just don't say it, and lately they haven't been saying it. But even if you look at the logo, it's like the guy's rolling up his sleeves, and it's like okay. Um, but we're Den Boys actually his was Fantasy Dead Zone, and it had like a tower, like a radio tower, which sometimes radio towers signify dead zones because the signals there. Who the hell is calling me right now? But how are you guys? Teo, how are you? How are you
Yeah,
this morning? How are you
get
this
right,
afternoon?
get
Where are you
right.
at,
Beat
dude?
the dead zone.
Say what?
Or that said, get right. Beat the dead
Yeah, they were
zone fantasy league.
dramatically beating them. I voted for them, um, because I felt like the logo made more sense. Underdog made more sense. Um, but how are you guys? Besides football, man, how are you guys? Like, how's life? How are the things? We haven't started yet, but we're doing it. We are doing it. I didn't want to push it later and then be like, oh, they're late. They're not on time. I'm actually getting um an overlay done right now. Just got that one done, and then let me get the Raiders schedule up, and then we should be golden. But until then, how are the kids? How's life, man? Uh, Lost pretty bad. They got 75% of the vote. Yeah, they're up against underdog now. Oh yeah, that's a tough one
There's
too.
only 4 votes, but underdog's actually winning, 75-25.
Okay, that's still that's. I like their logo. It to me, it just it. I personally like it.
And we're up 100% to 0. Ooh, go Dynasty Pilot.
Yeah, but like, how many votes?
8.
Us two? Oh,
No,
eight.
8.
Jesus. Enjoying the summer as best as I can before classes start. Yeah, dude.
There you go.
Uh, Tell me about it. I hate college, bro. Or unless you're like a younger audience and you're in high school, that's okay too. Just warn you. I mean, we do cuss every now and here. I would imagine we're all adults here and we're in college. All
Right.
right, so let me.
Then boy said life is good, kids are happy and healthy, just got a new job offer, so super excited about that.
Bro, let's
Yeah,
freaking go, man.
right?
When does that start, dude? Like, I'm assuming 2 weeks ish. Right? I mean, I could be wrong. All right, let's got the Raiders schedule up. It's rendering right now, so let's put that up. That way we can have something we all could look at. I mean, I could pull the website up, but I kind of like the overlay thing because then that lets me look at other things while I have the schedule up. It's just easier for us, at least for me, anyways. I don't know about you, Mark, but I don't know. I just like having the overlay, not have to look at it. I go to college at Bama. Oh, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right. I mean, I was just making sure, like, hey, you know, sometimes we get our younger audience in here. I have to be careful what I say. But usually I pre-warn everyone. Oh, we lost Mark. Not surprised. I'm just gonna make this large and in charge here. I don't care. We're gonna block our faces out during the schedule. I don't care. I don't really care. It's gonna be a large overlay. I could shrink it, but nah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right. Starts mid-June. That's what's up. It's tomorrow. So, what do you think about Adam's comments about the offense? Are we? Oh, hold on. I read about that real quick. I just, I wasn't even gonna. I was gonna focus on how they don't like Thursday nights, but his specific comments were hold on. They weren't like because it was about Jimmy, right? Let me look right now. As a matter of fact, we can pull it up. We can pull it up right now. Because I know it was about him wanting to go for oh, that's not the one. That's not the one. I had the wrong video up. Thoughts on fair catch. The 25-yard line? I don't know, dude. I feel like it's what are we in high school? No. 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 I don't know. Because there's a potential for them to be at the 25-yard line. No, absolutely not. I'm super old, so I couldn't afford my sensibilities. What do you mean? Is that what he said? Let's all watch it because I don't think everyone's seen it. We'll put it up right now before the show because that way, and we'll wait for Mark. We'll wait for Mark. Let's do this. Let's do this. Until Mark gets back, we'll watch this. Is this what you're talking about? No. It's like super low. Can you guys hear this? I can't hear this at all. Yeah, I can't hear it at all either. Let me see if I get it. It's like super low.
Most exotic whips
I
out
just turned it
there.
off, turned back on. So here you go.
And salute, salute. By the way,
You
salute.
talking about the okay? Yeah,
Salute. Love you, brother.
cheers, my dog.
It's one of the most exotic whips out there. And it's going to be my next car, and or in bad positions. Oh, a marriage, man. Like I feel like you're one of the dudes that came in and figured it out quickly and a true pro. So I feel like you got so much to offer to the platform, so much to
It's also
offer
making sure
to
his wide
us.
receiver Devontae
So I'm excited
has
about that.
reservations about the
Shout out to the
direction
Wynn
of
Resorts for giving us this
team's offense
space.
heading into
Shout out
2023.
to the I Am Athlete team for hustling to get this done. I'm gonna jump right in.
We don't see eye to eye. Well,
How are you doing, bro? On our platform, we always
I said
check
that
in.
earlier this week, didn't
You know, I don't think it's as critical for you
Yeah,
right
we'll watch
now
this until
because
Mark gets
you're in the locker room, you're active.
Yeah.
But when you transition, you
You guys can
retire.
hear
There's a
this,
lot
right?
of our guys that are suffering, that are in bad positions, and we don't have the locker room to check in on each other. Like if I walk into the locker room, when you walked into the locker room today, did you go to practice? You had OTAs?
Yeah.
Okay, good job.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah. So when you walk in, right, like there's 90 something dudes in the locker room, you know, every single day. And then once you get into the season, there'll be 50 something guys. And you know when guys are off, and we kind of hold each other accountable, and you have that camaraderie. But we don't have that, you know, when you retire. And I think we have to be intentional in creating that. But I do think, you know, active players,
Why
you
the
know,
hell
we
would you do that
can, and I
trade?
say we, I'm putting
No,
myself back in as if I was still there. You know, we can do a better job of going deeper, right? And not just saying, yo, what's up? You good?
Right.
Or how you doing? You say, you know, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, how are you, bro? 1 to 10, how are you? Mentally, personally, and professionally. So 1 to 10 on those three things.
I respect that. I appreciate you checking up on that. I think that you make a good point in that. A lot of people, just
Oh,
men
that's
in
good.
general,
That's good.
even when
That's
we're in
really
the
good.
locker room, we tend to, you know, you ask the guy how he doing, just in passing. It's usually quick. It's almost like they don't want to overshare with the expectation that, you know, you didn't really ask because you cared to know. It's more like it was the obligatory. Let me see how you doing. So it's always like, yeah, I'm cool. You know, throw a quick 2 cents. So I appreciate you asking that. But I'm doing great, man. Honestly, I'm in a really good spot in life, which is a big reason why I came out to Vegas. Being in Green Bay for 8 years shaped a lot of who I am today, and I'm very appreciative for my time there for sure. But after so much time being away, being in the Midwest for 8 years, you know, and then coming here for my
For
ninth
both
and then now going
receivers?
in my 10th, time is flying. You know, my kids are getting older and all that type of stuff. So it's real important for
Because you
me,
said 1
you
for
know, the
1.
quality of life aspect, and you know, to have a lot of things that Vegas offers at your
All
disposal.
right.
That's done a lot for my mental. You know, because last 3 years in Green Bay, I mean, you know, everybody knew the success we
That
had
is
as a team, you know, and obviously I was blessed enough to have some individual success as well. But you know, it's you would think going 13-3, 13-4, whatever, 3 years in a row, you know, you would be in a really good spot mentally. And I guess part of it was kind of we took that for granted. A couple of us took it for granted, so you didn't really use winning as your sense of happiness, which is honestly something that I feel good about too. At the same time, because if you get hung up and live your life on wins and losses, I mean, you don't live on a roller coaster. It's gonna be tough. And being in this game for 10 years now, I can tell you that.
All right, guys. Well, if you guys want to check that out, that is the I Am Athlete podcast with Devontae Adams. Brandon Marshall hosts that. So if you guys want to check that out, it's about an hour and 40 long. So basically interviews Devontae Adams. So no, I'm not aware of what of what he said specifically. I didn't see that. So please enlighten me. But I'm pretty sure he was saying that he doesn't like the way it's moving, right? Or like he doesn't like his situation. The dude was brought there for Derek Carr, and then they just swapped QBs. It's like, what was the whole point of doing all that madness? So, but yeah, I'm an athlete. It's a podcast, so check that out. So I am athlete. That's Brandon Marshall's little podcast. You guys want to check it out, but sums it up correctly, or sums it up correct, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I don't even know the schedule, and then we'll talk about a little bit Raiders and whatnot. Did I download it? I did not download it. Why is it taking forever to render?
I don't know.
There it is. Is everything good with your internet over there?
Yeah, no, I think I had to restart my computer. I don't know. It wasn't the internet this time. I don't know. My laptop has been like for some reason it doesn't like the Spectrum internet. I don't know.
It's time for a new one, bro. Time for a new one. Okay, I guess this overlay isn't working either. All right, it's all Jake. All right, if this thing doesn't work, so I'm trying to get this schedule here and it's not. All right, screw. We're gonna load up a website. It's fine. All right, let's start this. Let's start this thing. As soon as I find the starting button. Jesus.
It's gonna be one of them days.
It is one of them days, man. Already started all freaking weird and jank.
It's not gonna be long before Martin reaches for the glasses.
No, I'm not tired at all. I'm fine. I can't. Okay, we missed. Whatever. There it is. Get this out of the way. What is up? It is the Raiders Nation episode today. Talking about Raiders and all Raiders today from 2023 year coming up. It is very interesting on what the recent news that we've had as the Raiders lately, but let me just do a quick rundown real quick. So after going 6-11 out of playoffs last season, things kind of changed in the offseason. Basically, it's a new look. The new QB, new everything. So Derek Carr, who was there for like what 9 years? Yeah, 9 years, 2014. They didn't even trade him. They didn't market. They just released him, right? So the Saints eventually picked him up. So now he's over there in New Orleans. So good for him. I think he's still going to be good there. In doing so, they were shopping around. And while shopping around, they traded Darren Waller out for which was like kind of crazy, which basically pretty cheap, if you ask me.
Yeah, like a fifth rounder.
It was pretty cheap. So yeah, good for the Giants, I guess. But whatever. So I don't understand what they were doing there. Eventually they signed Jimmy Garoppolo to a 3-year deal, $72.75 million, and he is now their starting QB there with amongst other guys, which we've heard their names before. I just can't think of them right now. We'll get into their roster here in a bit. So Josh Jacobs is now in his contract year, or they tagged him. My bad. They tagged him, so now it's like, what are they going to do? There's a lot of questions. I don't feel comfortable right now, but it is what it is. So overall, can Jimmy G come in with his, over 500? He's close to 700%. Like he's at 0.690 winning percentage. Can he come in this new organization and bring that same winning percentage? I don't know. We've been talking about this, and I've been saying that he was going to go there a long time ago because Josh McDaniels was there. He played with New England back then with Josh McDaniels, and they went like 38-17. So in a regular season, like that's pretty good overall, like as being there in New England like many years. So coming in, they had 12 draft picks, right? Eventually, it changed to like I think 9. So they made some moves. So I let's talk about these draft picks real quick. But it's interesting on what they're gonna take and what this year's gonna be for them. But we'll see. So go ahead.
With the number 7 overall, they got Tyree Wilson, edge rusher out of Texas Tech. With the 35th, they got Michael Mayer, tight end out of Notre Dame. With the 70th, they got Brian Young, defensive tackle out of Alabama. With the 100th, they got Trey Tucker, wide receiver out of Cincinnati. With the 104, they got Chicorian Bennett, cornerback out of Maryland. With the 135, we got Aiden O'Connell, QB out of Purdue, just down the road from me. Number 170, we got Christopher Smith, safety out of Georgia. Number 203, We got Amari Burney. What is that? What's an L? Long snapper?
Is that another typo?
Out of Florida. Could be. I don't know. Whatever L is. Defensive lineman, offensive lineman. I don't know.
My bad. My bad.
No, it's on mine too. I'm on the website. So
Okay. No, he's a defensive line, I believe, man.
It's a
Or is
defensive
it
line,
DB,
okay.
isn't he? He should be a DB.
Okay, DB. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know, I have L, so I was confused.
No, I know he plays defense.
Yeah, and then with the
Played in Florida, I
231,
know that.
we got Nesta Jade Silvera, defensive lineman out of Arizona State.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Arizona State
Monique, hey,
represents.
you missed the Oakland Raiders. How are you? How are you doing? It's been a while. How'd you end up winning? Did you win your championship? After somewhere in the playoffs, we kind of lost you there, so it's all good. How are you? And third, so let's see. So first taking off those, and then both receivers want something different, sums it up correctly. Third, Jimmy can't win with a below average defense. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I just think it's a good filler spot, though. It's a good filler spot for now until you guys figure it out later in future drafts. I mean, there's decent QBs coming out next year. So you guys see that Tom Brady's going to be part of their owner there? Yes. He's going to be McDaniels and yes, I did. I was going to talk about how the agreement of the ownership was there.
Well, the NFL still has to approve it, but the Raiders approved the sale.
Yeah, so it's
I mean, I don't see why they would say no.
It's exciting to have them. I mean, it's weird. Of all teams, that Brady's what it's like going from Fox, the NFL Fox, and then now being part owner. So wasn't the Fox thing like a 10-year deal too?
I think so.
Yeah. So it's good for him. I mean, he's
If Jimmy gets hurt, they making a phone call to the owner's box. We need you.
Hey,
we need you, boss.
We need you to come downstairs, bro.
Owner player, let's go.
So it's interesting. He's only been retired for like what, 2 months?
Yeah.
Ish, something like that. So already making moves for himself, already establishing himself as a good off into a good retirement, I guess.
Right.
Here we are. I had the best record and lost in the playoffs when Josh Jacobs got me like 5 points. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh man, I remember you were here like week in, week out. We were just helping you out with like almost all your lineups. It's crazy, but that's good. You had the best record, but doing well. Thank you, boys. But yeah, we're doing good. We're doing great.
Yeah. Not bad, not bad.
I guess since you've been the last time you were here, Mark moved to Indianapolis now, so he's out there. So he's no longer here with me in Arizona. So, but we're still trucking. We're still doing it. Brian is still here, but he's out there managing all the restaurants and
all the Culvers.
All the Culvers in America. Yeah, that's his thing. But today we're gonna be talking about the Raiders. So, glad you're here. Glad we're either at your lunch or in your lunch hour, wherever you're at. So, overall, these draft picks, the first few 5 are basically depth. I like what they have. They made smart decisions. From the past years, they made some really questionable draft picks.
Right.
This year, I feel like they're like, let's actually be smart for once.
Dude, their top 3 picks could be home run picks.
Oh, yeah. Brian Young is going to be a very good complimentary D lineman to Max. I mean, Max Crosby is one of our favorite players on our show. He has his own segment on our show, guys. Like, how many players can have an impact on it? Like, none. Not like just I don't see many channels having a whole segment for just one player. But I think it has to do with like how good he is, because we like to use play on words with his name.
Yep.
Max or minimum Crosby. If you haven't seen it, tune in during the season. We like to play individual defensive players here in fantasy football as well. So
Yeah, I was gonna say.
we'll have that, and we kind of predict what he's gonna do. The over under on his points put up, and most of the time,
maximum Crosby or minimum Crosby.
most of the time, he's always a Max Crosby, man.
Most of the time.
I
No.
can't. Yeah. So, Micah Mayer, good replacement here. They basically replaced a lot for the tight end position here in the offseason. So, will he have an impact right away? I don't think he will. I don't think he will. He's kind of behind Austin Hooper, who's really good, and OJ Howard might be of something before Michael Mayer even sniffs. I don't know. So would I pick him up in dynasty leagues? I don't think I'd spend a first, and I don't think I'd spend a second. Maybe a second, like a late second. I don't know. But they did get him second overall, and he is one of the best prospected tight ends coming in. So, what do you think for Michael Mayer's future here with the Raiders?
I think eventually he will be the number one guy. I didn't even realize they had OJ Howard. That's interesting.
Yeah. They signed him off of.
I was like, having OJ Howard. I thought he was supposed to be like the next big thing in tight end.
Yeah,
now here he is at third string.
So yeah, right now he's third string, but I think when the season starts,
I think he has the skills and the tools to be able to overtake Hooper as the number one. It might not happen right away, but like halfway through the season, I wouldn't be shocked if Michael Mayer. Plus, I could probably run 2 tight end sets because Jimmy G.
Yeah, yeah. So,
with
Jimmy G being there, it's I like it. Like I've always thought it was going to be a better fitting than any other of the free agents quarterbacks at the time,
right?
When he signed. So with Brandon Hoyer, they're also there, and then they just drafted Aiden O'Connell here out of Purdue in the 4th round. So I don't know how I feel about Devontae Adams. I really don't.
Yeah.
And I agree with kind of like what Braden was saying earlier. Like if he was saying that, or was it Den Boys? Like he's just not looking. You don't see eye to eye. Yeah, Braden. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't understand why they brought him in. And they sold him. Yeah, you'll be here with Derek Carr for a while, and then the following year, like in season, right? In season, towards the end, they just basically swapped entire like roles. So it's already
last 3 weeks they bench or 2 weeks they bench Carr.
Yeah.
Brought in another Patriots quarterback.
Yeah, I don't see Adam staying here that long. But what's his contract like? That's what I should look here. Let me look at his contract. If he's there for more than 4 years, that sucks. I just don't think. I mean, for Adams, and then if Adams going to be there for that long, I don't know.
Yeah.
What if they trade him? I know Raiders don't have any money. Like
so I think whatever scheme Josh McDaniels is trying to implement with Jimmy G, I'm assuming isn't pass heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, when you got a back like Josh Jacobs, why wouldn't you use him?
Yeah. So he is contracted all the way until 26.
And the passing game is probably going to go through the tight end and the slot receiver, because that's how New England used to run their offense.
Yeah,
with Josh McDaniel.
And then
they're probably keeping Adams on the ends, and so he's probably like, "Well, my production's going to go way down."
Yeah, kind of what basically what Braden was bringing up, how things are going to change there. So,
but I feel like Josh McDaniels wants to keep him
because
if you have Adams on the outside, he will take 2 to 3 guys away from other people.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. They should have given him one more year, at least another year. Not just
Oh, I agree. You bring in a new
they could have drafted a
coach
guy
implementing his
next
own
year.
offensive system, and you just expect someone to get it right away. Like, I feel like if you give Derek Carr one more year with Devontae Adams, they could have been special this year.
Yeah, I agree. I don't understand what they were doing.
It's Josh McDaniels. Is it safe to say maybe Josh McDaniels isn't a good head coach?
Might be. We'll see that this year. I mean, they might get rid of him. I mean, Devontae Adams is what, 31 now?
Right?
By the time this contract ends, he's going to be 34. But here's the thing. In 2025, that's the first year there's no guaranteed money. So he's at least going to be there until 2024, which is this year, next year. Do they bring in another rookie next year? Yeah, I really do. Right now, the cap, it's going to be $54 million. Next year is going to be 40. The following year, they might have to struggle a little bit. It's still going to be $15 million. There's no guarantee for Devontae, though. So either they restructure
Jets try to
it
bring him in,
then.
keep Aaron playing.
Say what?
So did the Jets try to bring him in, keep Aaron playing?
I don't know. No, Aaron's done. I think Aaron kind of like made it very, very clear that he wanted to figure out his salary before he figured out his teammates, which eventually pushed out Adams because the contract.
No, but see, that didn't push out. The Packers actually offered Devontae Adams more money.
Yeah, I know,
didn't want to be there anymore.
But they're true. That's true. I forgot about that. But I don't know. I don't think it would have worked out. Just read somewhere McDaniels didn't let Carr do his audibles. Yes, that is very true. Just because that needs full control.
Seems like it.
Yeah, but I think that's how. He was taught in New England, and I think that he's just bringing that. I'm not saying that attitude, but that.
I don't think McDaniels
bringing
is quite,
it to Las Vegas, maybe. So
I don't think McDaniels has quite earned the trust of his players enough to be like, this is the way it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like Bill Belichick,
yeah, he just got here,
earned
dude.
it. Like
You
you
just got
get
here.
drafted to the New England Patriots, you're going to listen to Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You know?
Why wouldn't he try to follow Carr again? I think he wants to prove himself with A-Rod. Yeah.
So you're saying
No, that's a
Saints?
very good plausible case. Michael Thomas might be done here soon. Why not? But the thing is, like, he's not that young anymore. He's going in at 31. I think he could probably play till like he's 33, 34. He's one of those outlier guys. I think. And yeah, we could definitely see him probably going to, New Orleans. But time will tell. For now, he's stuck there for the next 2 years because the money amount is just too high to get rid of him, and no team is going to try and take over that either. So, the offense is basically going to be off Jimmy Garoppolo, and after Devontae Adams said that, he's kind of like, well, we kind of knew this. Like, he's not really that kind of guy that you just hang out with. Kind of keeps himself, to himself. Doesn't really hang out with the team. He's not that leader.
Oh yeah, what was it in San Francisco where it wasn't even until like preseason where he would show up to camp?
Yeah,
and like Shanahan couldn't even get a hold of him. Like
he just does his thing. And that's where it started a little bit of the issues where Devontae Adams probably mentioned as well.
He only showed up when he had to. They never did like the voluntary OTAs or anything like that.
Right. So let's pull up the offense and the.
Well, I guess last year he was coming off an injury, but that's like every year with him.
Yeah, that's true. So here we are with the depth chart. I'm pull it up here. We got Josh McDaniels at the helm here, and then Mick Lombardi, and then Patrick Graham here for the offense and defensive coordinators. So here's a depth chart. We got Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, and Hunter Renfrow, 1, 2, and 3.
Do you think it's weird that Jacoby is 2 and not Hunter?
What?
So do you think it's weird that Jacoby's 2 and not Hunter Renfro?
He's a better slot receiver.
So you think,
Hunter's
but
a
is
better
that?
slot receiver.
So you think that's why he's 3 because he's a slot?
Well, I mean, yeah, but here it says left and right and slot. So I just kind of said 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, I don't have that. I just have.
I consider slot receivers their third guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's why I read it that way before you cut me off.
Well, see, I'm looking at the ESPN one, and they don't have it like that. They just have receiver 1, 2, and 3. They don't have slot or anything like that.
Oh, okay. That's why I kind of go here. Like they have like positional breakdowns for left ends, will side, middle linebacker.
Yeah, but I feel like yours doesn't update the defensive scheme sometimes.
No, that's where
you still have the Cardinals at 3-4.
That's where I come in with yours.
Zayvon Collins at inside linebacker.
Actually, no, mine yesterday was updated at yeah, but the left inside or right or yeah, no. It should have been outside. If it was left outside, then yes.
Yeah, it would have made more sense.
Yeah, but Renfro will definitely be slot. Yes, for sure, 100%. How you doing, Roman? How are you? Welcome in. So Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Andrew James, and Alex Bars and Jermaine Elamonu is their line. So didn't really focus on the line this draft. So
nope. And their line was not good last year.
I felt like that should have been where the focus kind of should have been. But instead they went defensive heavy and
see, I mean, I like the pickup of Tyree Wilson, but it was like, was he necessarily a need?
They could have got Johnson,
Chandler Jones. They could have, well, Paris Johnson was already gone.
7, 8. Yeah, no, you're right.
Because he was 6
before them. Yeah, you're right.
But Darnell Wright was there. Skronsky, if you wanted to go more inside. Because their offensive line, just to me, is a mess all the way through.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. And we're prone to knowing Jimmy gets hurt.
Right.
Do we see Jimmy even last the entire season with this line? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, it's going to be interesting. Like, we might see him down week 1 because of this line, because it's a whole new scheme and everything that they're running off of. That what if they don't click right away and then Jimmy goes down? Then you're stuck with Brian Hoyer and Aiden O'Connell for the rest of the season.
Or Chase Garbers.
Say what?
I said, or Chase Garbers.
No. No.
He's on there, okay? Look, Chase Garbers.
He's on there, but no. I don't know. Running back, we have Josh Jacobs, Abdul, and then Brandon Bolden. Zamir White is kind of 4th on this depth chart. Should be higher, but I don't know. They know something we don't know. I don't know, but I think Zamir White should be the number 2 here. So, do they go running back next year?
I have Zamir White as number 2.
Yeah, okay. Do they? I think they go running back next year.
Oh, they have to.
They have to go O-line next year, but again, the way the Raiders have drafted in the last couple seasons is just mind-boggling. Like this year, they finally they addressed the defense. Okay, they drafted for what they needed, but I still felt like some of those draft picks should have been offensive line. So it's not like the draft wasn't bad. Just I think other positions were needed more.
I agree.
Yeah. What do you think these guys is there anybody on this offense that you're kind of excited for?
Jacobs. I want to see what Jacobs can do. I mean, he showed last year with this offensive line, he was like the best running back in the league.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's probably the only one, though. I mean, maybe Michael Mayer, if he can actually get in and actually get some good reps.
Right.
But other than that.
Yeah. So now that he got franchise tag, Josh Jacobs, he can now switch his number to 8. rather than his old number. Because last year he would have had to pay off all the money in the jerseys that were made throughout the year. But since he was on a franchise tag now, it's basically essentially that contract's over. So essentially he's signed on. He's going to be number 8 now, guys. So if you see a number 8 out there, that's going to be Josh Jacobs.
Is that just like an Alabama running back thing or what?
I think so.
Because Brian Robinson's 8 as well.
So Josh Jacobs will be number 8 this season, more than likely. So yeah. Then here we are with the defense. We got Max Crosby, Jerry Tillery, Balil Nicholas, Chandler Jones still lingering around, Robert Spillane, and Divine Diablo, which I love that name still. I don't care. Duke Shelley, Marcus Epps, Trayvon Mooring, David Long, and Nate Hobbs. And they brought in Tyree Wilson through the draft and Brian Young through the draft as well, along with Mari Burney, which is here at the defensive line and linebackers. So it's I see Tyree Wilson getting himself instantly established right away. And look at that. He's number 9. A number 9 defensive lineman.
I like it.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. But that's I do like it though. So do you think he comes in and beats out Nicholas probably?
Depend Nicholas. No, it'd be Chandler Jones.
I don't think
Well, that's defensive tackle. He's not going to play defensive tackle. Well, he's not going to play defensive tackle.
Yeah, but I think, well, because it's a 3-4.
No, they're a 4-3.
Or a 4-3, yeah, 4-3.
So they have 2 defensive tackles and 2 ends.
I think Chandler Jones goes back to his role of linebacker.
The interesting thing for me is that Chandler Jones stay healthy, because as soon as Chandler Jones gets hurt, Tyree he might not ever see the field again, because Tyree will just take over.
Maybe,
but it also depends on his injury, because I know Tyree does have an injury that he's working with.
Yeah. What's up, Peanut?
I think that's the only reason why he's a backup as of right now. It's just because of the injury.
Mm-hmm.
If he was healthy, he'd be slotted in front of Chandler.
Yeah, I just don't see them like. Yeah, we're gonna it's either Chandler like gets hurt or because I don't think Chandler comes off the field.
Best case though, you have 3-man rotation, so keep moving all 3 of them, and that way everyone stays, fresh. Constantly harassing quarterbacks. That'd be the best case scenario for him.
I think Brian Young is going to just take over though. That's what I meant as for Nicholas.
Oh, Brian Young. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Brian Young will definitely take over for Nicholas. Yeah. For sure. Sorry, that was my fault. I thought you were talking about Tyree.
No. And then you went on. I was like, I was letting talk. Jimmy can't push the ball. Next team, really? All right. Well, I mean, and he's excited for mayor. Okay. Yeah, but Jimmy has a winning percent. Like he's just lucky. I don't understand.
He does have a winning percentage, but like they said in the comments, like without that 49ers defense or that Patriots defense that are always so good, will he still be able to win?
I don't know.
Because a lot of Jimmy G's games were low scoring
because the defensive
affair. Exactly. Now I'm not saying the Raiders have pieces. If they could harass the quarterback, then that can make up for their. I mean, I feel like they have a couple of decent pieces in the secondary, but I don't think anything too. I like Morwig a lot.
Yeah, Mooring is good.
That's about it for their secondary for me. They have some okay pieces, but we all know you have to have at least 3 solid corners to be successful. I feel like these days.
Yeah, to put pressure on the receivers.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see.
I'm not like gonna say they're gonna be like stellar, and especially in the division that they have in now.
That's just what I was about to say too. Plus the division they're in.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be over anyone. Maybe the Broncos, but I still believe that a lot of it had to do with Hackett just being just ass. So
is that why they went defense heavy? You think because of the division they're in? Or we got to get defensive pieces in here to compete.
I think so. There's a lot of pieces here added.
Well, there is.
from defense. So then the free agency, all that was added. Yeah, so defensively, I think they're trying to defend. Like, but the thing is, how long is Jimmy G gonna actually stay healthy? How long is he gonna be there? Like, I don't know. Like, is Jimmy G signed just the 2 or 3 year deal, right? That I mentioned earlier, 75
I
million.
think it was a
72 million?
3-year deal. Yeah.
Yeah, so after the 2 years, they can cut him if they want. They're not going to really have a big hit.
That's the other thing that kind of shocks me too. Is like when they brought Jimmy G in, I was like, okay, I understand that, but I thought they were going to draft. Like, I know they did draft
on top of that, right?
But I thought maybe they could have gotten probably what's his name from Tennessee in the second round.
No, that guy's ass, dude. You know,
What?
I'm so happy he went in the
You
second
say
round.
that, but
no.
He might be good. You don't know. You don't know.
Absolutely not. No.
I'm just saying, like they could have got. I mean, I know they got Aiden O'Connell, but
they need to reteach the way he throws. His 3/4 and his flexibility between his position of the way he throws that ball is not going to survive. He's got to fix it. Say what?
I was looking at Aiden O'Connell from Purdue.
Oh, well, they got this guy in the 4th. But I think next year they go over. I think next year's the year they bring in a high prospect QB, or even the following year.
Or maybe they could have got Hooker.
Have to do it that year.
What about Hendon Hooker? What about? They could have got him.
They could have. They could have. But I think what they'll do is I think they'll establish the corner next year. Inside linemen, like they need linemen, especially on the inside.
Yeah, I got to get someone to go with Brian.
Yeah, and then maybe a QB. There's a lot of QBs in 2024. Yes,
I got Brian Young at 3rd string.
Yes, there's plenty. There's plenty of talent there coming in next year in 2024. I mean, you got Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Phoenix. KJ Jefferson's one of my favorites. I'm excited for him. And there's one more. The dude from Texas.
Oh, yeah, that everyone thought was going to come out. But is he even going to have a job?
What do you mean?
Well, Arch Manning's there.
Oh. Yeah, but he's still good. He's still.
Do they redshirt Arch, or do you think Quinn Ewers?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. No, I heard the kid from Texas I thought he was coming out this year because he had a lot of hype in the first half before they started struggling.
Well, he's only played 1 year. He can't. Ewers only played 1 year. He has to play 2 years at minimum.
Well, I thought he was like on the bench for a year or something.
I don't know. I think he's only played a year, so he has to play another year in order to meet that minimum requirement to join. So, Spencer Rattler maybe. Yeah. It's just like they're all. You know what? The good thing about next year though, they're all like pretty decent, good sized QBs. Like there's no like some freak who's like a monster like Richardson, which I hope he has an amazing career, by the way. And there's no like short stack either. Okay, they're all good, decent size. They're all in the mid 2 to 220s and like 6'1" to 6'3" ish, like 6'2", I think. Like all of them next year.
There you go, Spencer Rattler. He could be good.
Yeah, they're all prime, like designed, like good size for standing above a line, being a decent sized QB. Like size probably won't matter much next year with these guys, where that's all we freaking heard about this offseason. But I think KJ Jefferson might be one of those guys. Like he's one of my favorites, and I think he'd be a good fulfill for this team. He's a good QB in my eyes. Texas sophomore Quinn Ewers will be the Longhorns starting quarterback in 2023. Coach Steve Sarkisian told reporters following the team's spring game. Okay. Well. And then Arch Manning takes over. I don't know. Something like
Maybe. That's going to be a circus, huh? 2 years, 3 years from now when Arch Manning goes to the NFL.
that. Yeah, no, and then he'll go to the Saints.
You know, that would be pretty cool, I think, if he went to the Saints.
That's what they do.
Play where your grandpappy played.
Yeah, why not? So, all right. I really got to make that video, dude. Where do you look? 6 teams in. Who you taking? Who you gambling? And who you absolutely not taking? Including with IDP players.
Who am I definitely taking? I'm taking Max.
Did you start this? You started yesterday, right?
What?
Go ahead. I'll start tomorrow or Thursday.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
I got first. All right.
Yeah, you go first.
Absolutely 100 without a doubt. You got to take Max Crosby. I don't
I
care.
knew you were going that way.
Hey, look, because I knew you were going to get him.
I know. I was about to say Max Crosby.
That's why I knew you were going to get him.
So I was like, no, you go first today. That's fine. All right.
All right, we're both taking Max Crosby. That's 100% for sure. The dude puts up double digits every week, man. Like, I don't. It's so fun doing his segment. It really is. Like, I don't like.
Oh, I agree.
Just his segment alone
One of the highlights of the show.
gets me excited to watch the freaking mediocre Raiders. Yes, I said mediocre because they haven't surprised me on anything really at all. Except for 2 years ago, and then that's when I started hating Derek Carr because it cost me a playoffs. But hey, that's fantasy football, not real football. Go ahead, Mark. I figured both of us should lay down that we both are.
Oh, if you're gonna go Max Crosby, I'll go Josh Jacobs.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like he'll still be good. I think he succeeded last year with McDaniels, and I think especially with Jimmy G being the quarterback, they're going to need to run the ball in order to help him succeed. So I think Josh Jacobs will be primed for another big year.
Okay.
So he's my absolute. I'm going to take is Josh Jacobs,
and it should open up maybe a good job opportunity to land somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, exactly. And he's good. That's another reason he's going to be playing with a chip. Like he wants to get that big contract
because he played like that last year.
Mm-hmm. And this will be his only chance to really get that big contract too.
Mm-hmm. But he did skip out the voluntary workout, so he's not really at OTAs right now, right? Or he's not going to.
Or maybe he's trying to get traded. Then I don't know.
But that was the voluntary ones were like earlier this month. I know he didn't go to that. I was like, why would he? Kind of. He hasn't even signed though. To be honest, I don't think he signed his tag yet. Did he?
Maybe he did. I think they had till June 1st.
It's like June or July. I think it's it's July.
No, I think it's June because they start doing like training camp and stuff in June.
No, but he doesn't have to sign then. I think it's July, mid-July, July 17th. Braden, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's July 17th. So he might not even be. Oh, dude. If he doesn't sign by July 17th, man, then he'll just be on the regular 10 million. Was it 10.6? 10.06? Regular franchise tag crap that running backs are getting. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's
10 million. 10 million.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Because that's what.
The hell did I say?
Did you say 10? I don't know.
I think I said 10.006010.
That's something like that. Because that's what. Because like the top tier contract, I think is 14. And you get the average of the top 5 is what the franchise tag gets.
Yeah. So I don't think he signed yet. So if he doesn't sign,
says franchise players must sign by 4 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday after Week 10's games. It's still unsigned at this point. The player are prohibited from playing the remainder of the season.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird.
I agree.
Like already into this week 10? Is that what he said? What week was it?
Yes, it's Week 10. It even says if a designated player does not sign the offer and is unable or willing to negotiate an alternate contract before Week 10, the designated season, the player is unable to sign or negotiate a contract in the NFL for the remainder of the season.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
I agree.
The Raiders have until July 15th to reach a long-term deal with an all-pro player. Okay.
So July 15th to reach a long-term deal. Okay.
Yeah. I knew it was like some mid-July. I don't know.
So they have till July 15th, and then after that, they have till Week 10 to sign their franchise tag until this.
But at that point, he only gets the minimum for a running back. So yes. So yeah. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully he signs. But either way, in Dynasty, you're still taking him because he's going to be a productive guy no matter what.
Exactly.
So
who are
the guy I'm gambling
first? Are you doing gambling? Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I just didn't know which one we were doing.
Usually I'll do taking, gambling, not taking. The guy I'm gambling on, I'll gamble on Devontae Adams. Despite the whole situation in that offense, I'll gamble on Devontae Adams. Just because I know he's a good player, but I just don't know for Dynasty, it's gonna be a little weird. Trading him would be a lot harder now going in this season until we see what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So he's a bit of a gamble for Dynasty purposes right now. The way I see it.
I agree. He's got the good upside because he's a solid receiver, but
right,
where's he gonna go? What's he gonna do?
Who's throwing to him?
Right.
Man, dude, that's just that he's a little bit of a gamble this year. So
I'm gonna go the same position with my gamble. I'm gonna go Hunter Renfrow.
Okay.
Just because he had a down year last year, but I feel like with Jimmy G, he loves the slot receiver, and I feel like he's gonna have a rebound year, especially with the way it seems like their game planning, because that's why Devontae's getting so irritated. Like, why are we going to me?
Mm-hmm.
So
I thought you were gonna mention because Matt Collins is gone.
Well, that's true. He is gone too.
I thought that's what you were gonna say. He might have a larger role now that Matt Collins is.
They do have Jacoby Myers, but I think he's just gonna play the other end, like the other side receiver. I don't know. I just feel like Hunter Renfrow could have a rebound year, so he's someone I would gamble on.
Okay.
And it is a gamble because he could get concussed and out for a couple weeks. So
yeah,
I think he's another one who got like 2 concussions last year. So
there is an honorable gamble that I would take, and I think he might pop off this year and do good. Is Trayvon Mooring? I was
looking at him too.
I think that the fact that the defense is going to be on the field a lot this year, maybe that him being at free safety, it's going to be it's crucial. So I think he might have a good year this year. I don't know. I'm a firm believer. We've said it before. Get the studs on the duds, and I think he might. This defense is going to have to establish and mold themselves. Do they have the pieces? Yes. They just have to mold. But right off the bat, I think Trayvon Mooring is going to be something right away. But that's another honorable mention. But the guy I'm not taking, though, I'm not taking Robert Spillane. He hasn't been that guy. And I think when Pittsburgh, he kind of like whittled down. I think that's why it was just so easy for him to be on this team. I think there's too much talent that's coming in and too much talent around him that he's just going to like not even be a factor. So, yeah. Even though guys are like, "Oh yeah, IDP is pretty good," but I don't see it. I feel like this is the team where linebackers go to die.
Good.
So
Except for Denzel Perryman. That guy's career got resurrected.
kind of. Wasn't he there for a short time? But 1 year
He's there
he
for
did
like
good,
2 or
he did-
3 years, and he was fairly consistent. I think last year was the one time he finally trailed off a little bit, but
Mhm.
like the 2 years before that, it was like, 'cause I know Braden had him like 2 years ago. And
Yeah,
he was like pop.
yeah, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, go ahead. Who's you guy you're not taking?
Who did you say you weren't taking? Sorry,
Robert Spillane.
Oh, Robert Spillane.
Yeah, even though he's like the will side guy, he should be good.
I'm gonna go with Chandler Jones because his name is so like, oh, I gotta get that guy. But with Tyree Wilson on his butt to take away playing time, his older age, and I just feel like he's maybe good for one game a
Mhm.
year. That I'd stay away from him. I'm not taking him at all.
Okay. Yeah. Let someone else draft him.
Yep.
Or pick him up or something. Whatever.
Let someone else draft him and waste a roster spot trying to figure out if I should play that guy.
Yeah. There you go, James. There's your guy. There's your guy. So yeah. All right, let's break down the schedule and then we'll call it a day. Let's get the schedule back up. So but no, overall I just think
Primetime Raiders is what I'm gonna nickname them.
Say what?
Said Primetime Raiders. That's so many primetime games.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I wanted to talk about that now that we're on the schedule.
1, 2,
They were one of the teams that didn't want the flexed game, and I can't blame them and the only reason it was it wasn't necessarily for purposes of the team or anything. It was more for the fans. Like, can you imagine buying your ticket to one of these games on the Thursday? What game is it? What Thursday game is it?
They have the Chargers of Week 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have Monday night games, and those can get flexed too now.
Yeah, so that's the thing. If they get flexed now, it's going to be difficult to move, like ticket sales and all that. Like, I don't know how I feel about it, because there's a lower percentage of the people going to see the games than there is the people watching the game on TV. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the money is through televised, but I still feel that for fans' sake that do buy the tickets, it sucks for them. Now, can they reimburse them? Yeah, I'm sure. It's going to be 28 days out. Yeah, I'm sure. But it's like for those that travel, like if I were to go up there for this game, right? That's a 4-hour trip for me that I'm probably, or a 2-hour plane flight. Do I got to cancel the flight? Do I cancel my entire trip, the hotel, everything? All that depends. I know it's not really of a big deal in hindsight that people really think about, but I think that was the main argument.
Yeah,
but
most
the
people
NFL
plan
really
trips months in advance. So like, oh, the schedule came out. I'm gonna plan a trip to go this weekend.
Yes.
To go see them, and then if they get flexed to Monday or Thursday, you're like, all my plans are on the weekend. And now you're like, well, what do I do?
Yeah.
Do I extend it a day to go Monday? Do I try to go earlier for the Thursday game? Like, I don't know. Just
the best thing I could recommend for fans, and for those who are planning on going to any of these games, and not just say the Raiders, I'm just saying any Thursday games, any team out there, the other Thursday games. And if you're watching, or at least we'll probably talk about this for the 2 people that are watching. I would tell your boss, hey, look, like, be honest with them. I got games to this. I got tickets for this game. If they flex, are you willing to work out with something with me to, to that following weekend or whatever? Because it's going to be that weekend. Or you could just take the week off. I don't know.
Right? Just schedule to be there the whole week, and that way you're covered.
Take Wednesday
to Tuesday, right?
Yeah. There you go. Problem solved.
But you shouldn't have to do that to try to figure out when you're going to a game, though.
No, you shouldn't. But I mean, that's the whole things of the flexing. Like it got approved. So
Like I
here we
get the
are.
flexing towards the end of the season because you want to get the best games in prime time. I understand that, but like they can flex games like all year now, so it's like I don't know.
It's a little weird. I don't like it, but hey, it is what it is. All right. So week 1 they have the Broncos, then they have Bills, Steelers, Chargers, the Packers, New England Patriots, the Bears, Detroit Lions, the Giants, the Jets, the Dolphins, Kansas City Chiefs, and then they have the bye on week 13. So it's a later bye. I think this is the last week that I like for teams to have. I preferably 9 through 13 just because it's kind of in the middle. And at 13, you can establish where you're at on the season. And yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about this schedule and their schedule? Like wins, records. What do you think they're going to pull off?
I got 7 wins.
Okay. This is before the bye, right? So 7 wins right here.
No, that's for the whole year.
Total?
Yeah, definitely not 7 before the bye.
Okay. Well, then after the bye, they have the Minnesota Vikings, the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Colts, and they end the season with the Broncos. You have 7 wins.
6 to 7, 6.5.
Okay. I see maybe 6. I'm on no, actually, no, yeah, I'm actually with you on that now. I'm gonna say 6. No, 6.
Yeah,
Only because I'm not sure. Look, the Vikings defense sucks. I don't care what you say. The defense sucks. They didn't do anything about it. They didn't do
no.
anything.
In fact, they got rid of people.
People are gonna roll all over this freaking Vikings defense, man. It's gonna be hilarious watching your mom. So
It's gonna be like, yeah, we're on offense, we're the best. All right, we're on defense, we suck. We're on
yeah, they're
offense, we're
just
the
gonna
best.
troll.
We're on defense, we suck.
I think they split with the Broncos.
I have them splitting with the Broncos.
They might beat Green Bay. They might
I'm
beat the
beating-
Colts.
I'm beating Green Bay.
They might beat. I'm gonna say they beat the Vikings. They could beat, and I think they split with the Chargers. And they lose, or they beat out Chicago. Maybe, I don't know. That's the weird one. And is it me, or is it weird that they have this weird close game with the Vikings, or with not the Vikings, but the Chiefs every year?
They do always have they either beat them or have a really close game. You are right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might be 6. I'm gonna say 6. Braden says the over/under is Raiders mostly 7.5. FanDuel has them at 6.5. And DraftKings has them at 3.5.
Good
All right, they're all over.
Lord, DraftKings.
They're all over.
Why are you
the place
so
right
low?
now.
Hey, 6.5 for FanDuel. Heck yeah.
I say 6, but that's even like on a good.
Well, I got the 6 because I actually had them beating New England. I just feel like Jimmy will have a chip on his shoulder to prove something.
yeah.
And then I have them beating the Steelers. I think that'll be a close game. Could go either way, but I just had them beating the Steelers.
Okay. That should be an interesting because it's Sunday night.
And then my 7th was them beating the Bears, but that's because I'm having everybody beat the Bears. So, Spike Bryant.
I think the Bears are going to do a lot better than what people think.
Oh, I think they'll be decent, but
They're favored over the Steelers, the Packers, the Giants.
oh, they are
Vikings,
favored
and
over the
Colts.
Giants. It must be a home game.
Yeah, I couldn't find the best
Yeah, Giants as a home game. Okay,
schedule. This is the best one I found, though. And they couldn't even put it as a PNG, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think that it's going to be. I don't think they're going to make playoffs. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, 7.5 seems kind of high. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think they'll make playoffs, man. Just because they have to outdo the Broncos, the Chargers, and the Chiefs, and
I don't think they split with the Chargers or the Chiefs.
I'm not having I haven't split with the Broncos and Chargers.
I think they'll split with the
Chargers
Broncos.
Or you think
with the Broncos?
So you think the Chargers just?
I think the Chargers will be good. Yeah, Eckler's coming back. Breaking news. In case people
Yes,
didn't know.
that's true. Yes,
Eckler
Eckler is
$2 million in incentives, so he will be there.
Okay.
So I don't know. I just think the Chargers will still. I think the Chargers will build on last year and be even better. And the division's going to come down between the Chiefs and the Chargers.
All right. No, I mean I could definitely see your point there, but time will tell. They have to have their off the field issues first and figure out what they're gonna do with roster and all that first.
Yeah, let's go a whole year with no off the field issues. That would be a winning season for the Raiders in my book.
Yeah, same. I mean they can't.
Let's do that.
That would be a win. That would be
right.
A win. No one goes to jail this year.
Right.
No one does anything stupid this year. Let's focus on that. I agree 100%.
That was all season news. Henry Ruggs was sentenced to 3 to 10 years. Seems kind of light, but
3 to 10.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to be in the NFL anymore. I remember that. There's no way he's going to come back. And
I mean, he only misses 3 years. You don't think? It'd only be
3 years, yeah. But if you're pushing,
that's 24.
That's a dart throw from across the bar. 3 to 10 years. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 3 to 10, depending on, I guess, behavior in the joint. But
that's gonna turn into like 6.
But I hope he doesn't get out in 3 years. He definitely deserves more than 3 years.
Didn't he?
For what he did. He killed somebody.
Yeah.
He rear-ended someone so bad that they died. Like that's he's going like 130 miles an hour in like a 40.
Yep. So I don't know. Anyways, let's hope they have no off-field issues. But yeah, I see 6 wins, and
like Braden said, maybe look at Spencer Rattler next year.
Maybe. Because
I don't think 6 or 7 is going to be bad enough to get the top 2 quarterbacks.
Not the top 2. I think Drake May goes like top 5. Because it's going to be Caleb Williams.
Well, it just depends who's there. But yeah, Caleb Williams will be probably the number 1 overall pick. Whether it's someone who's just that bad and gets him, or the Cardinals, or the Texans, or that would be the Cardinals or the Bears trade back again because they probably wouldn't need them.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is
because that's what's kind of crazy if you look at it next year. Some of the teams you think aren't going to be good either have a quarterback because they got it this year, or they don't have their first round pick. So,
right,
should be interesting.
I think what's going to happen is the Raiders are going to be barely good enough to be like pick 11, and I think they're going to be outside the top 10 with their 6-7 wins. Because you got to think about the Cardinals; they're not going to be any good. Look. I know we said 3 wins yesterday, but I think they might just go down to 2. They might have 2 wins next year. I know.
There you go. So yeah, there you go. There's a team I was looking for. Tampa might get one of them.
No, yeah, I was just about to mention that. So thank you. Tampa's going to be there. The Rams are going to be there.
Nope, that's another good one.
I don't know if the Colts are really going to like be good because
No, but they don't need a quarterback. They got AR.
yeah, but we don't know how well he's going to be like pan out his rookie year. Like I expect
Well,
him to
hopefully
do
he
good
shouldn't
next
play.
year.
They should put Gardner in there.
No, I know, but even Gardner's not going to be like elite.
Oh, I agree. But even if Gardner brings them to like 4 wins,
That's still
You
going to put
know.
him behind the Buccaneers, the Rams, and the Cardinals.
yeah. But out of all those teams, only the Buccaneers are looking at quarterback.
True. But then, well, and then
That's why I said it's so
Washington is going to
interesting.
be there. Washington's going to probably be there.
Hold your tongue, sir.
No, absolutely not. They're going to be there, but
You
I don't
like
think they're
Sam
gonna take
Howell.
the-
Now you don't like Sam Howell? Now you're telling me Sam Howell's trash?
I never said that, Mark. You did.
Well, if you're going to be at a top 5 pick, then clearly Sam Howell's not good.
I think they're going to be there, or the Falcons are going to be there. Here's who. No, here's who's going to be there. Roughly, it's going to be one of these 5 teams.
Falcons are winning the division at like 8.
It's going to be the Cardinals, the Buccaneers, the Rams, the Colts, the Washington Commanders. Could be the Packers, and it could be the Titans, and it could be the Bears. They're all going to be in the top 10.
Yeah, and of all those teams in the top 10, 2, 3 maybe need quarterback.
4.
Who's
Buccaneers,
the fourth?
the
Okay.
Rams.
Okay.
We have
Falcons
to
and
see what
Commanders.
Sam Howell does. We have to
Falcons
see
and
what Desmond
Commanders.
Ritter does. The Packers and the Titans.
No, Packers have love.
Well, I don't. Yeah, but the Packers. So
You're
All right,
not going to go through all that drama with Aaron Rodgers to just play him 1 year.
that's
It's
3.
just not going to happen.
That's 3. That's 3 teams at least. That Caleb Williams and Drake May is going to be gone, and maybe Michael Phoenix. They might end up with Michael Phoenix, the guy out of Washington.
Yes, I know. I've seen all the way to early 2024 mock drafts where we are taking Drake May
I don't know.
because we're trading one North Carolina quarterback for another.
But yeah, no, what Braden said, it wouldn't hurt to get another one, though. And who knows? He might be better. I don't know. If the Rams fall apart again,
Yeah.
they could be in. Yeah, no, I think next year it's very crucial for the Rams to get one because I don't think Stafford's getting any younger, and why not have Stafford teach him?
Yeah, the Rams can get Caleb Williams, and that way he just has to go a couple miles.
Whoever wants to trade up to get the 1 draft pick, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think the Cardinals would do that because that's risking Marvin Harrison.
No, you
That's
trade
risking
the number.
Marvin
You
Harrison.
could. They'll have 2 of the top 5 picks. If they end up with the 1 and 2, you can trade the number 2, knowing you're going to get Marvin Harrison with the number 1.
Yes.
Or you could trade the number 1 to get more value, knowing that they're going to take Caleb Williams. Like, they're not going to trade all that to get a receiver. It doesn't happen. This doesn't happen.
Never know. You never know. But Marvin Harrison's going to be a game changer, and I think he's going to be a Cardinal next year, so good for them. I just think that it's going to be – I just think that the Raiders might be good enough, barely horrible enough, or good enough, depending on how you look at it, just outside the top 10. Because I'm looking at these other teams that are going to be worse than them. They might be the 10th pick.
Yeah, 6 wins got them 7th. So
Yeah, exactly. So
win 1 more, knock you out to the.
whether or not how good the Panthers do and Houston goes is where these other teams are going to draft. But I still expect them to be horrible. That way Chicago could be in the top 10 and Cardinals can get their other pick. Because if Houston does immaculate, which I doubt, like I seriously doubt they'll do good. But if they do, for some reason, the Cardinals' second pick might end up being just outside the top 10. So they'll probably be 11 through 13. Yeah, I agree. I think they might be 11th pick roughly, but they have to go QB next year because Jimmy G's only there for 2 years, and I don't think they extend him. They have him there for 2, and let the rookie sit behind him for a year, and then when Jimmy's G's gone, in comes the new rookie. So, anyways, that's the Raiders. We say 6 wins. Overall, not too bad. They drafted for pieces they need. Let's put them up one more time. They drafted for pieces they needed. Now, do I think that one of those should have been a linebacker or a lineman, O-line? Yes. But overall, they did better than most years, I would say. So, also, into attention, are we doing the video today for the jersey?
I'm not sure. I know Brian had mentioned that.
We're doing it Tuesday, right? Is that what he said? As soon as he gets home from work or something like that? I'll shoot him a text.
Today or tomorrow. I wouldn't wait much longer.
I think it was today. So, anyways, we're close to 300. We're going to give out another jersey. So, yeah. Subscribe to the channel. Get the numbers up. Tell somebody to tell another person to tell another person. I don't know. But get yourself in the raffle. We'll be putting up the video here this week for that jersey. And you'll have a keyword that you'll put in, and then we'll put it into the system. The system will randomize the pick, and it'll be the number 4 of the team of your choice, and it's a Stitch jersey. I'll say Dynasty Python on the back, so and it's free. So why the hell not? So, anyways, that's it. Anything else on the Raiders?
Nope.
All right. We will see you. Actually, if you guys want to see Brian tonight, he's going to be talking probably about the new rules that just happened, the new past rules by the league tonight on his Bears channel. The link in description down below is the Nerd Huddle channel. He does his Panda Grizzlies show that they just talk about mainly Bears. So, and then the rest of the channel, they usually talk about what's going on in the league. So if you want to talk about that, Tank is there as well. From what I hear of, I've been missing because Tuesdays are just busy for me, so I don't really get to watch anymore. But I'm actually tuned in today. We'll see. So, but yeah, I'll see you tomorrow as we do our Wednesday shenanigans there at Dynasty Pylon. We have a little bit more fun there, and we'll do that tomorrow night, and we'll see what's in store. So that's it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yep.
And good luck to you Raiders fans out there.
Later.
Hope you get the first top 10 picks, but we'll see. All right. Later, guys.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.